You're a monster!
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Car Den. I figured in today's video I would just give you guys a car tour and let you know what kind of projects to expect and the plans that we have for all of these vehicles. There is a few that I won't get to show you today because they're on they're at another location. One of those being the drag car. The designated drag racing car we have for this year. Got it built and everything, but you'll see it later. You probably saw it in the intro. It's that burgundy looking Fox body. But anyway, I figured I would start with just the basics. Here is the workhorse of the fleet. It is a 99 F250. It pretty much just stays attached to the car trailer here. Nothing really special about it. It's just you know, your typical workhorse F250 5.4 automatic. It pulls and does its job the way it's supposed to. In this shop here, which you saw in the previous video, we have the turboed Honda Civic. It's a 95 Honda Civic. When I got this car, it was a train wreck. It was absolutely just god awful. Which I know it still looks god awful, but it's 100 times better than it was when I first got it. It was slammed on some cut racing springs and all kind of stuff. And the theory behind it was, since it was in such bad shape when I did get the car, I was just going to build a sleeper. And that's exactly what I did. We do plan on painting it, but it's not high on the priority list because right now we're still in the tuning phase, so we're just trying to get it tuned. But I'll give you an overview of the car. It's got really clean interior. It's black. I mean, I know it needs a vacuum. We've been in and out of it trying to tune and stuff, but it's got these nice pinstripe seats. Full interior car. Got the fire extinguisher over there for safety measures. Pop the hood here. The hood flew up on it before I got it, and it crinkled the roof and busted the windshield, but those are going to be fixed soon. And also it needs marker lights, but aside from that, it's a complete car. Has a tag and insurance. Well, not a tag yet, but we can get a tag if we wanted to. The engine itself is a JDM ZC. It's a D16 with a dual overhead cam head set up. It's got a nice, decent little turbo on it, T4. Your cheap, just basic ram horn, manifold, aluminum radiator. Runs and drives like a champ. I mean, couldn't ask for a better car. Still has heat. Of course, no air because there was no room. But yeah, there's the little bit of information on that car. It's like I said, it's going to be more of like just a fun street strip. You know, drive it, beat the brakes off of it, whatever. But in this other garage is where I keep all the cars that mean a lot to me. And whether it's got sentimental value or it's, you know, like a super rare car or something, I keep it in here along with my daily driver. But I guess I'll start with the daily and then go to the other vehicles. My daily is a 2012 Toyota Yaris. Nothing special about it. The only thing I guess you would say was special is it is stick shift. It's 5-speed, manual windows, 5-speed, just the basic. The more simple, the better. Then we have my 88 Fox Body Coupe, which you guys saw in the last video. I'm not going to go too deep into the details on it, simply because it changes all the time. But for now, it's just a little 302, a stock 5.0 with air and heat, nice cam. I got coilovers on the way for it. That's going to be another video to look out for. It's got these, I think those are 10.5 inch wide SVE SCs, and then 8.5s up front. I did have a fat and skinny setup on it, but I'm really not a big fan of skinnies up front because I do drive the car. It's got a nice 2-inch cowl hood, Cobra R style. The tinted headlights from LMR, and of course, like tinted windows and whatnot. I don't know if you can see that in the video, but the interior of this car, it's honestly, it itself has seen better days, but it's actually not that bad, because I've had worse and made it look better. But it's been the least of my worries so far. But that is another video that I'm going to do. I'm going to show you guys how I restore all of this stuff. And I'm going to completely take, I'm going to take the dash and everything out and redo everything in here. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to go to black interior yet or not. But, oh yeah, and it's got a double din, 5-speed car. Aside from that, I mean, I've got gears and stuff in the car as well, but anyway, there's that one. And then the 1986 SVO. It was a barn find. I found this car literally. I was out on a job site, saw the car sitting in the yard, knocked on the door, didn't get an answer, so I then left a note on the door, old school way. Told them, hey, if you want to get rid of it, I don't like seeing it sit here and rot. I am from out of town, but I will come back to buy this car. And like a week or two later, I got a random phone call. The guy called me and said, come get it. And we agreed on a price. I went and bought it, and I actually drove it home. The interior is some of the best I have ever seen in a Fox body that was left to rot. Aside from this driver's seat, there's not, you know, like, the dash isn't all beat up. The passenger seat looks like it was never sat in, as well as the back seat. Still got the factory radio, everything. Literally, this driver's seat, and then the horn button, and then putting that piece you see over there in the floorboard back on the door panel there, and it's good to go. I mean, the carpet looks mint. I'll pop the hood here. But, door shut. Oh, Fox body doors. Yeah, she runs and drives great. Since I've had it, I have put a bigger turbo on it and tuned it. Got it tuned. It's tuned on 28 PSI. 1 second, I'm trying to prop this hood. It's tuned on 28 PSI, bigger turbo. And other than basic maintenance like changing, you know, the accessory belts, timing belt, yada yada yada, I've done nothing to the car. Still has working heat. I mean, she's a beast. It'll actually surprise you. On the way home from getting it tuned, an automatic Coyote car pulled up next to me, and we did a 3 honks and a hit, and I walked off and left him in this little 4-cylinder. But yeah, you can see the turbo there, intercooler. But yeah, that's pretty much it on that car. What I plan to do on the channel for this car is a complete restoration. I'm talking paint and everything. So this car is going to get the works, because you don't see many of these, and I just, it means a lot to me because I've actually never got to see one besides from like car shows and stuff in person, and now I own one, which is awesome. And then we come over here to my 1993 right-hand drive Trans Top imported Del Sol. I imported the car from Japan. When I got the car, it was primer. I guess they were planning on painting it. The pole's right in the way, but it was primered gray. I did all the body work, and I plasti dipped this car myself. It's got a carbon fiber hood. It's actually got a carbon fiber roof and deck lid as well, but I plasti dipped over those because those are oxidized real bad. But this car is more like my show car, I guess you would call it. This is the one I take to like the meets and the shows around here. The interior is, I'd say it's a good 9 out of 10. And the only reason I say it's a 9 is because, like, you know, the door panels show just a little age. But other than that, dude, it looks brand new in here. It's got 70,000 original kilometers, which equates to about 40,000 American miles. And the plans that I have for this car are pretty much, I think I'm going to go airbags instead of static this year, because I mean it's pretty low. I've had lower vehicles. This one's pretty low for the roads around here. But it's got the factory JDM D15B single stage VTEC. Still has working heat. Everything works like it should. The only upgrades have been, it's got an aftermarket coil and ignition control module. And then other than that, it's pretty much stock. It's got underdrive pulleys, power steering pump and crank pulley, and a cam gear. But other than that, it's pretty much stock. I could get in this car and drive it anywhere I want. Yeah, that's pretty much it on this one. It's just more, like I said, it's more of a, hey, look at this at a car meet, you know, or Import Alliance or something of that nature. You know, I like to have a car for every kind of event. But if you had to ask my opinion, my favorite car that I own, or that I have ever owned, would definitely be this guy right here. This coupe right here has been with me since I was 16 years old. I have so many memories in this car. And my goal is, when my son gets old enough, that this is going to be his car. And I hope that he will be able to love and cherish it as I have. Oh, and I forgot to say, I got a paint job in the works for this car too. It's going to be like show car finish. This paint job that's on it was like 16-year-old Tyler that thought, you know, I knew what I was doing and had no clue. But, you know, with age comes experience, so there's that. But yeah, I know this is going to be a short video, but I just wanted to give you guys a little car tour and keep you, or get you in line with what's coming, let you know what to expect. It's not just going to be working on vehicles. We're going to be doing a lot of racing. The drag strips should open next weekend, and once that opens, you're in for a treat, because not only do we do a lot of racing on the track, but we also do a lot of races in Mexico, if you know what I'm saying. Anyway, that's my cars. I hope you guys are enjoying these. I'm going to keep making them for you, and like I said, I got big plans for this channel. I mean, I'm going to stick with it. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.